I'm now on the Give Butter site. There's very little branding to tell me it's got anything to do with biblical training, and that's called a cognitive disconnect. Okay, so that would be the first thing I would change here. Actually, let me turn off cookies, see what happens. I generally operate with cookies off. Hasn't made any change. So this is all fine, but it's just in the wrong place, and it's also in a new window. So it's kind of like I've jumped from this environment, which I understand and by now I trust. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. This biblical training. If I've gotten to the point where I'm clicking on donate, presumably there's a level of trust there that you've established, right? So you've established a level of trust, and then you kind of break that trust. Not deliberately, obviously, but you break that trust by jumping them to here, which is a different site. So that would be the one thing I would change for sure.
So we probably can take that Give Butter and have it be embedded in the page.
Exactly. You can embed that. Yeah, you can embed that on your site. That would be the first thing I would change. And then that will make them. It depends. I don't have access to the stats or anything, but in the case of Acadia Center, we made a big difference just by doing that change. Just by that change, it increased the trust and increased so people would click on donate. So say the same number of people click on donate, and originally say 1% people were giving. We made it 2 or 3%. So that made a huge difference right there. Then the other thing we did was the SEO and the Google AdWords, which you sound like you've already got in hand.
Well, it's interesting on the, but I don't want to interrupt what you were just saying on the donate piece. I think I got that.
So I think that's the important. So we could do it. Obviously, you've already got a relationship with an existing web developer. So what I would do is I would take this thing that's here, and embed this on your page, and then figure out exactly where you want to put it. You want to put it somewhere within here, like Get Involved, Give. Yeah, probably. In fact, you could just what you could do immediately is just make the donate button, make this donate button go to this Give thing.
Right.
But the thing is, again, you need to change it because it says donate. People want to see the word donate here.
Right.
They want to see donate. So maybe you create another.
Got it. That's easy.
You create another page. Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, it's not hard. So but that way it doesn't ring false.
Right.
When you click on donate, you see donate, and you're still in the same environment, and then that will at least marginally increase your that will at least it will make a difference to conversion rate of people who actually click on the page on the button.
Right.
They'll be less likely to just flee when they see that.
So let's switch gears to SEO.
Yeah, sure.
In November of 22, we launched this user interface that you're seeing here. If you go to Wayback, you can see what it looked like before. But it was, from a visual standpoint, this is much more user-friendly. But what had happened when we switched over, we went from Drupal 7, this is all written in Drupal, went from Drupal 7 to Drupal 9. And we did that because Drupal 7 was no longer being supported. Right. And the switch is from 7 to 9 is dramatic. And it required, and at the same time, this is a 20-year-old ministry, and it has, like any business, any ministry like this, it has grown organically over the years. And the data set that we had was, it had duplicate data in it. It was cumbersome in how it was operating. So the developers went through and re-engineered the data set to increase the speed and have it be compatible with Drupal 9. Well, in doing that, we saw a significant drop in traffic from where we were to where we went because of the speed at which Google re-indexed everything. It was slow. The URL structure changed.
Did you have permanent? Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
Did you have permanent redirects? Redirects.
Yeah. But we were slow in putting the permanent redirects into play.
Oh yeah, you have to put them in straight away, like as soon as
So we were slow in putting those into play. We ended up with, if you look at the bottom of the page, go to the bottom of the page here, and you see, click on library. So we have a library of 17,000 pages of biblical resources is on this site. So if you click on any one of those words, it shows a little, a synopsis of, or, kind of a definition of that word. And then, so all of that content is now indexed. But what was happening before was about 40% of the traffic was generated by this content. And we've yet to gain that same level of traffic back for this library content.
Have you put in 301 redirects for each of these?
I mean, from where it was to where it is?
So if I look at the old site and I click on Aaronites or Aaronites, there, if I click on that, it's a different URL. Is it a different URL to what I would have clicked on the old site?
I think so.
So what you need to do as soon as you can, really, is put the 301 redirects back in so the old links will work.
And I think they do. And I think we did that because
each one of these 17,000 pages.
Yeah, I think we did that. That was a global switch. I'm just going to verify because we can go back into. I can go into Wayback. Let me see here. Wayback Machine. Let me go into Wayback Machine.
Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah. Let me go. Let me pull it up. Let me put it here. And let me share.
Where are you hosting this site?
AWS.
Oh, okay.
And Cloudflare and AWS.
Yeah, Cloudflare does the caching.
Right. So so let's go back to 22. Let's go back before the launch. The launch was in November. Let's go to October. Let's go here. So here is the old site.
I don't see the screen you're looking at. I just see a Yahoo link.
Oh,
a Yahoo page.
I have you on the wrong screen. Hang on, I got it on the wrong screen. There we go. How about now?
I just see I see a web archive. Yeah.
Right. It's coming up. It's coming up.
Okay.
It's probably got to pull it.
Yeah, from tape or something.
Yeah. So just hang on a second.
So
this is pulling it from October of 22. But that would be one of them. When it ended up happening initially was that all of the library content was orphaned on the new site. And so that's what led me down to putting that little link at the bottom where you can go to library and it's there. It's mainly there from a traffic driving source. It's a resource that if you type in, while that's loading, I'll go over here. So if we go down to library again, down to here, and we go to that word. So if we grab that word right there, and I go up to search, so we're using Algolia for the search.
Oh wow! Okay, that's great.
And so
you've got a great tech stack. I really like that.
So there's, I mean, it's zippy. So it says it's in the library, and there's the word, and then there's the definition to it.
Right.
And then that's the structure. And I'm not sure if that was the old structure. I don't think it was, but there we go. So here's the old site. And so if I go in here now to search, and I put in that word, yeah, that's not find it. So let's go to.
Oh wait, go back to there's a library. There's a link to the library as well at the bottom of the page.
Oh, let's see here. Go back to that.
Just go down to the bottom, link to the library.
There we go. It'll take a little bit. So it's indexed well in here. But our main business are classes. So these are all different classes. And so if you come into one of these, each one of the
this guy on the left, there's a somebody with a similar name, Steve Salmons? No. Very similar name to you.
Oh, yeah, Siemens.
This guy on the left. Siemens.
Yeah, Siemens. Yeah.
I thought maybe it was the same person.
Not the same person. So then each one of the classes, the construct of this is we've got an outline to the class and outline to the lesson, and then a definition about the class, any resources that are there, and then we provide transcripts of each of the classes, and all of these are indexed, and you can change the
that's nice
color layout. So this is 12 lessons, and then all of the videos are hosted on Vimeo and require login to watch. Let's go see if we get this thing back.
Not yet.
Not yet. So all the videos are on Vimeo. I'll show you that later. Here we go.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Library. So if we come up here, let's see if this thing pulls it. It might not have indexed it that deep. But here it's showing this structure, HTTP library, Holy Spirit.
So that's correct. So your current structure, URL structure, supports the old one.
Right. So it's
we'll get back to library.
So there's the piece, and there it is.
Yeah.
Now,
okay.
If we go...
Oh, wait. Go back. Sorry. Oh, hold on. Now you've got www. Hold on. Go back to the other one, please. Go back to the previous. Go down again. And yeah, the www is really important. They may not. Yeah. Oh, hold on. You've got HTTP there, and on the new one you've got HTTPS. I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yeah, everything is HTTPS. You want to make sure you've got a. Ask your developers, make sure that the 301 is working for HTTP to HTTPS as well.
Okay.
But the redirect, whatever kind of redirect you need, but the redirect is working for both. Because it looks like the previous site wasn't secure.
Yeah, we had a bunch of, we had a lot of bot activity.
Oh, right, okay.
So that'll kind of give you an essence. So now let's go back to what is it you guys do?
So, I mean, we're web developers. You already have web developers. we do web development.
Okay.
But we also do, optimization, online optimization. But it sounds like you've got some of those bases cut. So, let's talk numbers for a minute. How many users do you have in your site? You're saying a lot of them are from Africa and places that can't pay. But how many do you have overall?
Annually, we're at about 1 million uniques.
Annually, 1 million unique. Okay, and then how many of those are? How many people are involved in classes? Actively enrolled in classes?
Let's see. I'll give that. Over the last 12, well, there's enrolled and completed. So I'm going to give you a completed number. I just finished that one. The last 12 months, 30,000 people completed an entire course.
And how many started entire courses?
About 7 times that.
Oh, okay. So you've got 1 in 7. That's not bad, actually. That's pretty good. That's a lot better than Coursera or any of those. They've got horrible attrition rates. That's pretty good. 1 in 7. That's great. So at the end of it, do you offer them opportunities to certify or anything? I know you say you don't certify, but do you offer them, like, now you completed this, do this?
A little bit. We could do more. We have one of the things that's on the drawing board is to have a kind of a badge award system.
Yeah. Actually, I built one of those on a Drupal site ages ago.
Yeah.
But it worked for CUNY. I did some work for CUNY, and we did a badge system for a teacher training website, which is not entirely dissimilar to what you do. In that, not in terms of didactic content or any of that, but the point was when people did a certain amount of work or got through a certain amount of stages, then they got a badge.
Right.
That was
So we've identified, and one of the things that had happened in the Drupal 7 environment is all the functionality was being built and custom designed into Drupal 7. Yeah. And so when we went to Drupal 9, we had to make a decision where we're going to invest the money to recreate every one of those, or we were going to go and identify vendors that we could just plug in. So they had made their own search criteria out of Drupal. We said, no, we're going to go get Algolia. We were going to, they had their own quiz module. We didn't do that. We went and got one. We pulled in a thing called Opinion Stage. And it provides, the reason we selected it was because it had very friendly open APIs. So we could plug it in. So right now you can go in and take quizzes, and those are being delivered by Opinion Stage within our environment.
Okay. Yeah.
Several of those kind of things we ended up going third party. So we've identified a badging solution. We just haven't implemented it yet.
Which one is it you're looking at?
I think it's called. I'd have to look. I'm making it.
The other thing, Steve, I don't know how much time you got. I got about 5 more minutes. If you've got 5 minutes.
I do.
The other thing is you're not really telling the story of the impact that you're having. You are front-facing what you're doing, but you're not saying what effect that has. So now, if I'm going to give you money, if you want to appeal to people who are giving money, you need to make them feel good about giving the money. Like, this is a good place. My money is going to have a change, is going to affect change in this way. So you need to, and we can help you do this, you need to craft stories that resonate with donors that you're after, right? And then, so you craft these stories and say, this person in Rwanda or wherever, or in South Africa, they were doing X, and now their life is turned around. Whatever. I mean, you have to pick the most exemplary story, and then this is the effect. This is the effect of our work. This is the change you can affect through donation. So I think I don't think you need my help from a technical point of view. I think the people you're dealing with are pretty competent, judging by what I'm seeing. And you certainly are competent. You understand. You're a very well-informed client. You really understand the technology, and that's great. Where I think we could do with a bit of help is the storytelling, like crafting a story so that so you're saying you use Google Ads, you use all these, I don't know what your social media outreach is like, but I imagine that's not a stone that you've left unturned either. But you have these inroads into the site, and what we could do is craft stories for you so that it's a continuous narrative from the Google ad or the social media post all the way through to the donate page. So we could craft that for you, and I have some excellent storytellers that we could use, and then we could test that. We could do 1 or 2 and see if that makes any difference. That would be my sell to you, because I see you've got so much covered. So much of it is covered. You've done a really competent job. You're an excellent job on that stuff. So I'm not trying to sell you something you don't need.
And what would that Ray, what would that cost?
I don't know yet. Let me think about it. Let me not come up with a random number now. Let me think about it. Let me get back to you by the end of the week.
Okay.
With a storytelling pitch. Right, I'll pitch you a story about storytelling, and then take it from there.
Okay. That sounds awesome.
Okay.
Well, and I appreciate the time, but thanks for reaching out, and this is good.
No, I mean, I think you're doing. Just fix that donate button. Fix the donate button. That will make a difference. And then the storytelling, like the continuous story from the social media post all the way through to the donate, to the pledge money page. That's the next step.
Okay. Yep, that's wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Yep, we'll talk later.
Bye.
Bye.